viewers of the world, welcome and thanks for joining us on K-Music Festival's K-Music Encounters, our interview portion, as we sit down with prominent Kugak musicians and discuss their artistry, their journey, and showcasing some of their proudest works to date. For today's guest of honor, it's my pleasure to introduce gayageum player Kyungso. Hello.
Hi. Hello, I'm Kyungso Park, gayageum player, as you see. And then, thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being with us. I actually heard this is not your first, not your second, but your fourth time with the K-Music Festival. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. As I remember, my first concert at K-Music Festival was 2016.
2016.
And 2018 and 19 and
this year.
The
thing is, this is peculiar. It's kind of unusual, right?
That's true.
And
very unique.
It's a very unique situation, and I know we've kind of grown accustomed to the so-called untact way of interacting with audiences, but this feels new to you too, right?
Yeah, I think I have to adapt this. We need to find the new way of spreading our cultures and thoughts and then connect it how to.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a fantastic way to stay connected to your fans, right? All right. It turns out that you've collaborated with several prominent artists from many different genres.
Yes, it's so honorable thing there.
Yeah, and I noticed that in 2016, the crossover with saxophonist Andy Shepherd got glowing reviews, and so I had to ask you how you came to collaborate with him and what the experience was like.
K-Music Festival curated me and his collaborations, and then so we are very few part. I'm in Korea and he was on a touring in Europe. So he firstly he sent me a little sound clip which he played on my tunes, some of my tunes. So I was so impressed, and then oh my God, he made new music with my songs. So we started to communicate with emails and then with sound clips, and then as time goes by, I inspired his music a lot, and she also did it. And then I met him 2 days in advance of the concert day, so we had two full day rehearsals, and then we made it.
Was that enough time for you guys to understand each other's performing styles? And I feel like 2 days is just insufficient time.
But actually, as a musician, we have very certain instinct how to make sound together, and then we researched to each other's a lot before we met. So, but the music is just like bum. But he himself is very inspiring musicians, and then I really remember that after the first rehearsal, and then he bought me a dinner, really nice dinner, and then wow, he told me lots of beautiful experiences and then some advices as a musician how to be a touring musician, and then it makes better our concert, I mean.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Would you mind sharing maybe the most memorable thing that Andy Shepherd shared with you? I mean, it sounds like he was also an inspiration to you and you to him. Yeah. It's special, right?
And yes, and then I told him, I remember, one of my dreams is to release my album with ECM. And then he is one of the ECM musicians, and then so Kyungso, the dream will come true. So don't forget it.
Just like that.
Yeah. So
just like that.
oh my God, it's a little word, but it was big.
It affected you.
Yeah.
And it's clearly stuck with you over those years.
Thank you. It will.
With SP Circle, you've also worked with Shin Hyun-pyo, who's also a saxophonist and a composer for a pretty successful movie called Extreme Jobs, 극한 직업. And I'm realizing that's your second collaboration with the saxophonist. And it got me thinking, does gayageum and the sound of saxophone go well together.
Collaboration experience with Andy was beautiful. So 신현필 from SB Circle, his character and his sound, and then he is very fits to gayageum and my style. So it's different from this collaboration with Andy, but it's new, different style. But saxophone, yeah, it's good.
Is there a particular reason why you've resorted to collaborating with different instruments and different musicians? Because you already had a career as a solo artist. What inspired you to go there?
Many collaboration experience inspired me, and as a solo musician, everything what I encounter is inspiring me. So I cannot say which one is first, but all the things are connected, and then all the materials and all the thoughts, and then all the culture, all the various culture that I met inspires to each other. So I think being a solo artist, the benefit of being a solo artist is the person, the musician who can collaborate everything, everyone. Yeah.
And the synergy that you would create with them. It's each a unique experience, I'd
Right,
imagine,
that's true.
right?
Yeah.
No two are alike. And I think the audience understands that because it's like we get different variations of gayageum, so it's not a one performer, but a variation of it.
That's what I meant in the voice. This Kyungso is different, and this Kyungso is different.
Yeah. I think musicians are completely capable of having these different personas, even maybe, and that is something that I truly admire because I only get to have one. I've heard the British public's interest in kugak has exponentially increased over recent years.
Wow.
So I actually want to ask one little bit technical question, which is the biggest difference between the traditional gayageum and the converted 25-string gayageum.
Yeah.
How is it different in layman's term?
Yeah, 25-string gayageum is basically based on seven tones. Yeah, but traditional gayageum is based on pentatonic 5 tones, and the material of silk is different. Our traditional gayageum has pure silk, spun silk, but the 25-string has silk plus nylon. It's hybrid.
Oh, it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
And it's obviously sounds different.
It sounds
right?
different and sounds more like, it's not very same with harp, but more like, we can play like harp, but at the same time we can play the traditional style as well.
So it is a hybrid, really. It goes both ways, and it can create maybe a wider array of sounds.
Yeah, that's true. So 25-string gayageum is more efficient and comfortable when I collaborate with pop music or other Western styles music.
Which makes room for you to make even more collaborations in the future. We'll get to that later. You've apparently been in the public eye for over 16 years now. You've been a performer for many years. Most of my interviewees don't feel the years. They say it just feels like I've been here for 4 or 5 years maybe, and I stopped counting after that. Is it the same for you?
I think so, me too. I haven't counted numbers at all. And then, I even do not know how old I am. And just every single moment when I play gayageum is just like timeless.
Timeless.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. When I start to playing my tunes, so I feel like I'm just disappearing from this earth or this world. So I'm traveling to the other world with my audiences. And then when I came back, when I finished my tunes, then finally we are back to the world, present time.
I think that leads us to the first performance of the day. I feel like we're doing all this talking where just one song can answer so many more questions. And since we have the gayageum here with us, all right, let's take a listen. This is Sedna. And at this time, we'd like to expand on our K-Music Encounters portion and invite a second guest of honor. She's also a touted gayageum player. We're also joined by Miss Soona. Could you first say hello to our viewers?
안녕하세요. 저는 가야금 연주가 박스나라고 합니다. 반갑습니다. 심쿵 너무
Actually, I'm a big fan of her.
Really? Is that how that works? Yeah.
진짜 저는 정말 언니의 연주를 너무 좋아하고 so I really wanted to introduce her music to you, all of you.
And we'll get to be acquainted with Soona's music and your collaboration together too. Just a little teaser of what's to come next. Something actually immediately caught our attention when looking at your upbringing and your backstory, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers may agree, because you're a third generation Korean Japanese. You went to North Korea, of all places, to further study kugak. I think that's a very interesting background. And so I have so many questions, including what took you there, what is your journey?
저는 일본에서 나서 자랐지만 그 민족 학교를 다녔었거든요. 부모님이 이제 민족 교육을 시키려고 학교에 보냈는데 그 저전령계에 속하는 학교였거든요. 거기서 가야금을 시작했는데 이제 북한에 가서 배울 수 있는 기회가 있어가지고 그래서 학교에서 이제 거기를 유학을 가게 됐어요.
Is there a clear, maybe even difference between the way you perform or how you're taught to play the gayageum?
남한에서 가야금을 계속 배우고 처음 시작했기 때문에 사실은 저는 전통 음악을 더 많이 했어요. 우리가 풍류라고 하는 선비들이 이렇게 백악 이렇게 사군자를 그리고 이러듯이 거문고를 연주하는 그런 풍류 음악을 배우고 또 전통 음악인 산조를 배우고 아까 말씀드린 25연 가야금은 저 대학교 때 와서 만난 거예요. 네, 그것도 사실 북한과 중국의 음악에 그 영향을 받아서 새롭게 만들어진 25연 가야금이거든요.
북한은 일찍 악기를 옛날 전통 악기에서 새로 개량을 해서 줄을 많은 악기를 썼거든요. 근데 이제 음악도 중국이나 그때는 구소련이겠죠. 러시아나 그쪽의 클래식 음악이나 기교적인 음악을 되게 영향을 받아서 연주도 줄이 많은 악기로 기교적인 거를 많이 했었던 것 같아요.
Oh, this is so interesting. I'm learning something new every second.
Me too. So I have a quick question then. So from which age did you start to play 25연 가야금? 몇 살 때부터 25연 가야금 연주하셨어요?
아, 11살, 10살 때
와.
그때부터 했어요.
So it's a big difference. So I started 19 years or 20 years.
So there is a big difference there. I've never thought that there would be such a discrepancy, right? Very interesting. I'm so excited to see you guys perform together later. That's it'll be a big reunion, right? I have to ask you, Miss Soona, you've also collaborated with the music composer for Parasite, and I want to know what that experience was like.
그 기생충의 음악을 담당한 게 전재일 씨라고 있는데 이제 옛날부터 조금 안면이 있는 친구고 또 훌륭한 아티스트이기도 하고 그 평창에서 평화국제영화제라는 게 있어가지고 거기서 오프닝을 같이 연주하면 어떻겠느냐라는 제의를 받고 이제 만나서 음악을 같이 만들고 하게 됐는데 그런 남북의 이제 평화를 바라는 마음으로 음악을 같이 이제 만들어서 연주하게 됐거든요.
All right, at this point, I think we'd like to take a music break. I did say that we're going to introduce a few more performances, and the next performance is by our gayageum player, Soona.
그 제가 솔로곡으로 준비한 곡은 눈이 내린다라는 곡인데 북한의 음악을 이제 가야금으로 바꿔서 하는 제가 편곡한 곡인데 옛날에 이제 나라 이뤘던 시절에 나라를 찾기 위하여 희생된 그런 사람들을 이제 기리는 그런 음악, 조금 슬픈 음악이에요. 네.
All right, let's take a listen. A remake of Snowfall. She did say it's going to be a little bit more heartfelt and perhaps even sad. And now it's time for us to focus on the collaboration that you've all been waiting for. I want to first talk about the Yeourak Festival, which is one of the biggest, I would say most important Kukak festivals in all of South Korea. And we want to talk more about this. I understand that you guys performed together at the Yeourak Festival, and it seemed like you clearly enjoyed the experience. So can you tell us a little bit about the festival and the performance together?
여우락 페스티벌은 매년마다 국립극장에서 여름에 하죠. 7월, 8월 이때쯤 하는데요. 올해는 박수나 선생님 이렇게 옆에 계신 분이랑 또 검은고 연주자 박우재, 그리고 아마 많이 아실 거예요. K-Muisc 페스티벌에 많이 출연했던 지하 씨, 박지하 씨와 이렇게 네 명이서 또 되게 재미있게 네 명이 또 다 이렇게 박 씨예요. 그래서 all family name is Park, so we named our team as a 포박사실 for Park and for strings, and then 포박이라는 말이 또 무엇인가를 이렇게 감싼다는 뜻도 있거든요. 그래서 이 네 명의 연주자가 모인다는 것 자체만으로도 너무너무 이미 익사이트가 되는 거예요. 우재 씨가 굉장히 오르가나이즈가 잘 돼요. 그래서 막 늦고 뭐 보내달라 그러면 막 저는 못 보내고 이런 적이 많은데 굉장히 우리의 반장님이 돼서 몇 달 전부터 일주일에 한 번씩 탁탁 만나면서 리허설도 하고 서로 영감도 나누고 그래서 7월이었나요? 8월이었나요?
7월이었다고
7월.
기억합니다.
네, 공연을 너무 재밌게 마무리했죠. 네.
어떤 공연으로 기억하세요? 여울악 페스티벌에서.
그 4명이 서로 알지만 4명이 같이 연주하는 거는 처음이었어요. 그래서 일단은 친해질 수 있겠구나. 이제 드디어. 이제까지는 인사 보고 그럴 정도였는데 이제 같이 연주하게 되면 어디까지 그 서로를 이해하고 좋아해질 수 있을까라는 생각을 하면서 만났기 때문에 매번 만날 때마다 더 좋아지고 하는데 좋았어요. 그래서 공연도 뭐 무관객으로 했는데 그래도 평이 좋아가지고 아마도
좋아요. 네, 좋습니다.
네네.
좋아요.
네네. 그런 말을 듣다가
네.
너무 기분이 좋았어요. 그래서
네.
확실히 많이 만나서 그런 시간들이 그게 결과에 나타나는구나라는 생각을 해서 정말 지금은 추억이 돼버렸지만 또 하고 싶은 또 공연이긴 해요.
오늘은 포박 사실 4분이 함께 할 수는 없었지만 2분이 또 이 자리에 함께 해주셨잖아요. 어떻게 보면은 이렇게 모이는 것도 쉽지 않을 것 같습니다. 2분의 연주가 오늘의 어떻게 보면 하이라이트가 되지 않을까 싶거든요. 그래서 오늘 곡도 소개를 부탁드릴게요.
Actually, our collaboration, our duet is based on our improvisation. So we couldn't make the title. So I just put that as a two. In Korean, 둘. We will play based on each of our history of our lives and our music. So we will improvise very freely, and then we just sways together, and then jump in together, and then But we do not know what's gonna happen.
저는 사실 당연히 준비되어 있는 악보, 어떤 곡이 있다고 생각을 했거든요. 근데 어떻게 보면은 2분 다 지금 모르시는 거잖아요. 어떤 연주가 완성이 될지 너무 신기한데요.
서로의 소리를 굉장히
네.
존경하고
네.
믿으니까 더욱더 할 수 있는 작업 같아요.
Let's take a listen. This is 2 or 2. you.